Welcome in, Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Coppin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union,
Good morning, Huntsville.
There's a reason that the camera's not on. Do.
That's because I'm on here.
Yeah.
You forgot your makeup this morning?
I did. We are here this morning, and we decided no camera today. Just
No-
audio.
no camera.
Just audio
At
only,
all.
because Rick was here. Rick walked in.
Took one look and said, "No, you're not breaking my cameras, buddy."
You know, we're here at the church now in the studio, and the only downside to being here this early is that Molly's here, but I was going to call like a staff and have all the staff come in for Rick and just kind of be like, Rick, we need to pray for you this morning.
Yeah, I've been hit by lightning 4 times since I've been here.
Just kidding. There he is. Welcome in, everybody. Here we go. Welcome in. Another episode as we rock and roll. You know what I don't have right here? Kaye, good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Rick, good to see you.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. Good thing we
It's
didn't.
like I only seen you yesterday.
Good. We don't have the. I'm still working on the lighting too. See, we look a little bit washed out,
Washed out.
but we're working on it. So this
It's
was
not even raining.
It's really not. But we need the Elliott's Jewelers mug. There's a few things that are missing here that just don't feel right yet.
Yeah, I've got my little.
I did make sure to have that.
Got my nameplate.
Did make sure to have that. So
Moving takes time and,
Yeah.
you
It
had a
took an hour.
emergency, but I mean, get all the little things in place and stuff.
Yeah, and we'd already.
fine.
I feel naked without the Hello Huntsville sign behind us.
Well, that's why I did it. I wanted you to feel that way, Rick.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, well, hey, welcome in, everybody, as we get rolling here on this wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. We appreciate all of you for being with us this morning on another episode, another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. It's always a lot of fun to be here and to talk to our friends and to welcome everybody in this morning as we get rocking and rolling on this beautiful Wednesday. Let us know that you're out there. A lot of comments already coming in this morning, and so please send those comments. Let us know that you're out there this morning and how you're doing and what you're thankful for, and do us a huge, huge favor. Maybe it's your first time watching the show this morning, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, across any of the major platforms. Do us a huge favor. Make sure you share this broadcast, share it on your social media feeds, and help us continue to share the good and celebrate the good that is happening right here in our community in Huntsville, Texas. Big thank you always is Paul Oley, the gallery. Paul, we love you, man. Paul Oley, the gallery, 1201 University, for all of your custom photography, framing, and more. Go visit my good friend Paul Oley. Tell him you heard about him here on this program, Good Morning Huntsville. Huge shout out to Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers, online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. I need to check in with Elliot and see how that estate sale went. Rick, I'm surprised you weren't over there, you know?
She doesn't have any more fingers.
Yeah, that's just going to make that comment. Well, there's a couple of thumbs. Do you wear rings on a thumb? Do you know anybody that does that, Kaye?
I have seen it like a little band. I've seen that before.
Is that where Thumbelina came from?
Don't know, but I don't wear, I have wedding rings and that's it.
Hey, you've got them on both hands.
This is my wedding ring. This is my father's when he passed away.
Wow, Rick. I know that is awesome, man.
His sister gave it to him and said, "Forever."
Yeah, man, that's awesome, though. That's a great way to honor your father, Rick. I love that, man.
He kind of sometimes gets his left and his right confused. So, now he knows he's married regardless of which hand he's looking at.
Well, I've been single I've been single, full disclosure, things at the home front, I'm single now. Sorry, Bridget. No,
I'm married so long that I've got an indent on that finger.
The bone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something with age, where the bone, it's bone decay is what it is. The bone has decayed into your bloodstream, Rick.
Great. More calcium.
No, Elliot is working on my ring, and you said the word naked earlier without our sign bag. I feel naked without wearing this ring. It doesn't feel right. And I don't want to wear I'm not going to honor my wife by wearing my Sam Houston championship ring on my wedding finger. That just, she already told me when we got married, she's like, do not put that on. Do not wear that during the wedding.
Wow.
So it did not get wore on the wedding. But yeah, it just doesn't feel right, so, but don't worry, sweetheart. Elliot's fixing it. And, he's adding 2 more little things. So now I'll have 3, and Bridget wants to have 7 more on there before we're done. 41's coming.
You won't be able to lift your hand.
What is it? Well, these are little ones, that you kind of, it's kind of like a scab, that's the size of the ones I'm getting, like a little scab from an ant bite. What's that song? I hear the train a coming. It's
Orange Blossom Special.
The
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, yeah, the Johnny. I hear the train a coming. Well, it's like I feel the age a coming right around the bend. I'll be 41, and I don't know when I'm ever gonna slow down.
You're just a baby.
Don't say that though, Rick, because people used to say
25 years older than you.
But people used to say, "Oh, you're such a baby when you were 25," and I felt older. And then they said it when you were 30, and now when I'm 40. And what's going to happen when I'm 65? Someone that's 85.
Yeah, there'll be somebody older saying, "Oh, you're just a young one."
And what's going to happen when I'm, in a nursing facility one day when I'm 98, and
then you won't care.
And then somebody will, "Oh, you're just a baby." Well, yeah, I am. I've got diapers on and everything else. So, speaking of that, the ladies who came by the studio yesterday, they found the correct facility. There was a leak over there, and. Man, I don't know if I should mention this, but, it is what it is on this show, so let's just mention it. Kind of smelled like incontinence over there yesterday at the studio. And
it wasn't you, though.
Yeah, it wasn't. And so the joke on the show yesterday morning was, yeah, we had a couple little ladies walking by saying, we're looking for Paw Paw. And I said, well, it's down the street. They were at the wrong facility yesterday.
Oh, my.
Kay's looking at me like, what are you talking about this morning on the show? But no, a lot of fun this morning as we get going. Again, let us know that you're out there. We got a great show lined up, just hanging out with Rick and Kaye today. We're going to be talking more about Unleash Your Imagination and Last Imagination events coming up right around the corner here pretty quick coming up. And we want to make sure that you are part of it. There has been a few tables come up that are still available. Not many, though. And so if you have an opportunity to support and sponsor this great organization for the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. We'll dig into that in just a little bit as well. And also a morning to honor the staff at Tomorrow's Promise. They do such incredible work, so we wanted to talk about just the staff in general and all the wonderful things that they're doing and some of the exciting things happening now that school is going again. And Kaye will give us some updates on how things are going at Tomorrow's Promise. I did want to give a special shout out this morning. I don't know if he heard it yesterday, but I did not forget. It was Billy Cawthon's birthday yesterday. Yes. And Billy is already joining us saying good morning. And Billy, good morning to you and happy belated birthday. We sang happy birthday to you on the show yesterday. Rick wasn't here, so I made sure that we sang it.
Wow.
I got Jason to sing.
Billy, you don't want Rick to sing it or me. Trust me. Just happy birthday.
I sing like a bird. I admit it's a hawk, but I sing like a bird.
So what
I
would
was
that sound
say
like?
a dying.
Gosh, this is a dying skunk? Is that what? So
It's not much of a
dying
bird, is it?
vulture.
that's horrible. Poor. I could just see Rick out there in the middle of the street.
Oh, he sings better than I do. So
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
okay.
Yeah.
I could just see Rick out, feathers on the front of the car, and
That's pretty much what it sounds like.
the broken feathers. Since you mentioned something about these birds, Kay, I want to mention I was at the Sunoco, the 7-Eleven. I love going to that gas station, by the way. The one right there at where Bowers is and Sam Houston. Am I saying those roads were right? I believe so.
Yeah.
It's Montgomery, actually, but then it turns into Bowers, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. It's Montgomery at Sam Houston. You know where I'm talking about, right there.
Yeah.
And that is my favorite gas station to go to. It's always quick service. The folks in there are so friendly. It's that Sunoco 7-Eleven. Plus, I use the Upside app, and so if it says $2.79, I actually get $2.69 because I get 10 cents back. Or sometimes one day I hit the jackpot. They had a deal going on the app, and it was 40 cents off. I walked out of there with $7 back in my account. So, but I mentioned that because my buddy Nathan was in town. I was filling up gas before we headed out of town a week or so ago. And man, poor little birds. They were just, I've never felt so sorry for birds in all my life. They were sitting there, their beaks were open, their little tongues were out. It was like they were panting, and they just looked ragged. Those birds looked absolutely ragged. And the poor little things, the condensation from the ACs, how it drips, it wasn't gas because the gas would evaporate really quick. It was all these condensations, and those birds were drinking the condensation. That's how hot it was outside. And they just looked terrible. And so whenever you said, Rick sounds like a broken, sick vulture or whatever, I thought of those little birds, and I thought of Rick. So there you go, Rick.
Thanks.
That's my caring for you this morning.
I
I'm
seldom
surprised you didn't get a little bowl or something and a little bottled water.
Well, thanks, Kay, for putting a guilt trip on me.
No,
'Cause
that just
now, like
sounds like
7 of them probably died.
So, it's something that you would do.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Well, there was plenty of condensation on the roads that day. Now, one thing that we do,
Of course, as hot as it's been, as soon as you poured it in there, it evaporated and gone.
yeah, it starts smoldering. I did want to ask you this, Kay, and I'll ask Rick in a minute, but I'm going to start with Kay. If you're driving down a road, and if you say, no, I don't, we're not going to consider you heartless because you are the hug of Huntsville. But if you're
I'm
driving,
not sure I want to hear the rest of this.
well, if
question.
you're driving down the road, Kay, and you see a poor little helpless turtle, do you ever stop and get the turtle out? Or maybe you haven't came across that. Have you ever got out and moved a turtle back into the ditch?
Yes.
Okay. See, she was right on the money about that. Now, what did something tug at you in your heart, saying, "That poor little turtle," or are you just like, "I need to move this guy before he gets splattered"?
Just turtles live within a certain small radius all their life, and if you pick up a turtle and you take it home, then you've totally disrupted their life, and all the surroundings and things like that. That they will live within 1 square mile their whole life.
News to me.
How did you word that? You said they live within a little circumference?
Yeah, like they travel within a mile. I think I don't remember the exact distance, but they have a life within that
And that's
mile,
it.
and that's it.
Well, when you mentioned they live within a little circumference, I was thinking, Rick and I would say that. Now, I will say it, Rick. You if you want to say it, you can, but I'll say it. I live in a large circumference. Rick, turtles for you. What would you do? Would you make turtle soup?
You bet. Yeah. I let snakes go, buddy.
Really?
Yes.
See,
He's stopped and helped a snake across the road before.
snake I may peel out on, but
No. If it's a harmless snake, I let it go, and I can tell the difference.
see, it's so weird because you think about creatures on Earth, and like hogs are so destructive. The wild hogs that run around. It's weird because I feel like in Central Texas we had way more than here. I haven't seen one here. I'm sure they're around here, but
Wild hogs?
Yeah, I haven't seen any here.
Oh,
They're right outside Elkins.
Yeah, see, I've never seen any.
we once came out of Elkins on the back entrance, and there was a mama hog and about 15 little babies up on that hillside there.
Wow.
And they're behind us in front of our house in the woods.
But they live back in the woods. In fact, some of our neighbors complain about them rooting up their yards.
Have you see? I've never seen any, and back at home, I'd see them all the time running around. It was weird. And we'd see. Now I have seen coyotes running around, little coyotes, running through.
There's a little red fox that runs around too.
One thing that I used to see that I'm hoping that I'm right by saying I guarantee you've never seen it here, and I'm not talking about Pop's medicine cabinet. Wild turkey. In Georgetown, we had a bunch of wild turkeys running around, and I kid you not, it was right around Thanksgiving. And it was in a retirement community, Sun City, the largest retirement community in that area. In fact, one of the largest retirement neighborhoods, in the U.S. And there was wild turkeys running around in the neighborhood. And I was like, how does this happen? How is a bunch of wild turkeys running through a residential neighborhood? And they were out there. We ended up seeing them for several years, and it would be right around Thanksgiving time.
Well, at her parents' house, you see them all the time. Mm-hmm. They come right up in the yard. Kind of, I dare you to come get me,
Do you ever feel like it's and this is a good discussion. I want our audience to engage. Send some comments in. Do you ever? It's like when you see something like that, though. It's not common. So your brain kind of is like, well, that's kind of weird. Kaye, you talk so much about we get into these routines, and it happened to me this morning. I got on autopilot, and if I get to tomorrow's promise before 7, which obviously I'm trying to do because eventually we want to move the show back from 7 to 8. Slowly, little by little, winding the time back for the children at the time that they get up now. But if I'm there before 7, which I almost always am now, I drop Braylon off and Kaden at the same place. And then they bring Braylon over to the Pink House at 7. So this morning I was just in my own little world cruising. And what did I do? I drove straight to the Pink House. I'm like, great, that'll delay me a minute because now I got to turn around. But it's weird how our minds work because we see things every day that I wouldn't say we take for granted, but they're common to us. They're frequent, so we don't think about it. But then like the day that the coral snake is in your backyard, like, whoa, that's out of place. Or you see a turtle on the street. You're so aware of that. And I want to ask our audience, what are some things that maybe you've seen that you can recall that just kind of startled you that like, whoa, that's not supposed to be there? Maybe it's a scorpion in the house.
That happened just the other day.
Yeah, but isn't it when you see that, you're like, whoa, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen one in the 20 years I've lived here, except one stung her once, and I saw it.
And I very rarely see like a coyote running, and I've seen them here more frequently. But back at home, if I'd see one, I'd be like, whoa, man, that's crazy. A turtle's another example. Can you think of anything else, Kaye, like just while we're talking about this? Because it is kind of neat, though, whenever you see something out of place, and you're like, that's not supposed to be there.
If you get up early enough, you see the raccoons and the possums out in Elkins.
Yeah,
Well,
I see them a lot, but it's not.
I see them
out of place for me because I see them every day. Driving to work and stuff. The fox is one that every once in a while when you see the fox, it's kind of like,
where'd that come from?
Yeah, because I know he's out there. I've seen him many times, but you don't see him every day.
The possum doesn't really throw me off as much because I get to see one every Wednesday morning. Here on the show.
What are you trying to say?
Usually, one over here on the far right, your left on the screen.
Now, it's been a while, but I saw a bald eagle.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's one that nests out at Elkins on the main lake, I think.
It's like, another one that I could think of now that we're talking is an owl. How often do you see an owl? I've only seen an owl, I've only seen an owl that I can recall literally once in my life, like just out in the open, one time.
It's unusual to see hawks sitting on top of telephone poles. I mean, you'll see them, but it strikes you as
I've seen barn owls.
The owl that I'm talking about was in my old neighborhood in Georgetown. I'm driving down the road, and this dude just comes at me and hits, and I think it died. And I felt bad. I was like, poor thing. But I'm like, you're dumb. You flew right at me. It flew at me and hit the side view mirror. And when it hit, I just saw this thing bounce, and I was like, oh, my gosh, that was an owl. And I know it was because I vividly remember the face of it, and it was this big bird, and it just, boom. And then I looked back there, and it was like, who hit me? Heard it talk to me. So, well, hey, we're going to
sing Happy Birthday.
It did not sing. It did not sing Happy Birthday that time, though. It was Rick singing.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. That's how that. If Rick was an owl that just got hit by a car, he would sound. He would, Happy birthday to you. Ooh. Sounds like an owl that spent too much time at the VFW.
Really does. Really does.
All right, friends. Well, we're going to continue on. Hey, Rick, what do you got for us today, man? We finally have a tasty giveaway.
I have one of these. Can you see that?
Oh, come on, man. All right. We have...
Let me just stroke it a little bit.
We have some 0 degree creations. Zittles?
Yeah.
Zittles? Zittles. And they're not from your face. They're actually candy.
Well, they're spelled with a D.
Zittles. Oh, yeah. Zittles. I just thought about that. They're poppingly delicious. Oh, yeah. No, these are really good.
Everybody's just off of them now.
Yeah. No, hey, and Rick, thank you so much for bringing these. I messaged Rick last night, and I said, man, do you have some candy you could bring for us to give away on the show? So we are giving away candy. Because of the situation yesterday, we did not have a chance to fire up the keyword. So you'll just have to stay tuned. We'll do the keyword here in our commercial break in just a few moments. But a big thank you to 0 Degree Creations. Wonderful, wonderful freeze-dried candy. If you've never had, these are freeze-dried Skittles, but Rick has rebranded them as Zittles. And they are absolutely amazing. It's my favorite thing. If you could produce these things in potato sacks, I'd buy a whole potato sack of them from you.
I probably have enough to do that.
Hey, and we mentioned on the show, see, I wonder what a lifetime supply of those would be, because these would probably last,
That'd last me forever, that one jar.
I bet in 15 years you could still eat that and taste just the same.
It's supposed to be good for 25 years.
So, see, that's on. It's like a quarter of a lifetime. We were talking on the show yesterday. Do you know how much toothpaste, Kaye, you go through in a lifetime? How much toothpaste would you think you go through?
25 pounds.
I think it was only like 15 gallons. 15 gallons of tooth. So I said, there you go. And Jason said, man, that's a great Christmas present, for a new baby. For a new baby. Just get 15 gallons of toothpaste.
That's a big tube.
You're good to go. Well, let's take a quick break. It is 7:54. We'll take our first break of this morning. Again, our show is always brought to you by our great friends at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. They are your early childhood education experts here in Huntsville. For more information, visit them online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with Kaye and how things are going at Tomorrow's Promise. We will have that keyword in a few moments, too, so make sure that you stay tuned in. We'll have it up here in just a moment. We'll be back in a moment. It's your show. This is another edition on a wonderful Wednesday of Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit TP.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Kaye Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, and you're listening to Spirit Radio.
Check it out. The keywords up, Rick. What do we pick?
We picked lasso.
Wait. I totally messed up. All right, Rick. Let's do this here. All right, Rick. What did we pick?
We picked lasso.
All right. The third time's the charm, Rick. What did we pick?
You want to see the lasso again?
Oh yeah.
Woo!
All right. We just have to have a little bit of fun on this show, you know.
It wasn't much fun doing that.
Lasso your imagination.
His head's still spinning.
Yeah, that's right. Not used to that much exercise.
Yeah, back in my 20s, there are some things that, you know, you always look back and say, why did I do that? I think my head's still spinning from some of the things I did when I was in my 20s, man.
I'm pretty sure that's why my knees aren't so good anymore. Things I did when I was young.
I think, Kay, are we, 3 weeks away, or is it 2 weeks? September the 14th.
September 14th.
So somewhere.
Technically, maybe 2.5.
2.5 weeks away from Lasso Your Imagination. 3 events coming up this year for Lasso Your Imagination. All kicks off on September the 14th. That's a Saturday at the Walker County Fairgrounds. Friends, if you have not marked your calendars, do this right now. Pull out your phone. Rick. Make sure it's on your calendar there, Rick.
He probably took it off his calendar.
All right. And you go over here and you hit your calendar app, or some of you pull out your calendar, and you flip over to September.
Oh, I have it. Rev up your imagination.
Rev it up.
Lasso your imagination.
Boy, I'm about to rev it up.
Jumping into your imagination.
I don't have that on here.
Put it on there. Look at this, and look what mine says. Kay, what does it say right there?
Do not get sick.
Do not.
Can I wrap you in bubble wrap?
Do not get sick. Be out here. Again, it's going to be so much fun. Kay, tell us about it. We've been talking about it for weeks because we want the community to know about this event. It's so important because the funds received goes into the Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation, which helps to provide books to children 0 to 5 free of charge. No money goes to the school, doesn't go to the staff. Give us some updates on everything that's going to be happening.
So, we started the book program because the school only affects, a small portion of the pie of Walker County. And as we've grown and we've gotten 3 locations, we affect a bigger portion of that population. And I want to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But the book program affects all of Walker County. And so we are now sending out officially, as of last night, 1,051 books a month.
Hey, hold on, Rick. Let's give a little clap there. You know, there's about 17 people in the studio. We just have them behind a wall where you can't hear them clapping.
And so, you know, Dolly pays for the books to be made, which when she's talking about United States, UK, Australia, Canada, she is paying to have over 2 million books a month made. And Walker County is a very small portion of that, you know, with our 1,000, but it's making a huge impact in our community. When you have one book for every 300 children that are poor, and they're starting school never having seen a book. Middle class families have about 13 books on average. And this program, we have a partnership with the hospital, and every child that's born in the hospital gets a little gift bag and an enrollment form, and how important it is to read to your child.
And it's absolutely free for the parents to enroll their children. Yeah. Costs absolutely nothing.
And so you have children starting school that's never seen a book with children that already knows how to read. And 60% of our population here is economically disadvantaged. So 90% of brain development happens that first year of life, and we're asking the school district to do the impossible. They have to bridge an 18-month gap. And so every child that gets a book, regardless of their income, it helps our school system. Because your child gets a book, and Little Engine That Could, and she's from a middle-class family, and a poor child gets a book, The Little Engine That Could, they have the same common stories. They have some of the same common language. They automatically have a friend when they walk in and see that book on the teacher's desk. So we want all the children having it. We're steadily growing on our enrollment, because it was last year at this time about 750 children. So the partnership with the hospital is paying off. We had a 2-day-old enroll a few weeks ago, and the money we raise at the events that we're doing this in September 14th, it's all going to the children, all going to pay for those books. We have had sponsors that have come in and paid for the fairgrounds. We have sponsors that have paid for the food. And so everything is going to the children. We don't have to pay for overhead. We don't have to pay the electric bill. We don't have to pay anything out except for the books. So that's why we're doing the fundraiser.
The postage for the books.
I'm sorry, the postage for the books. And so that's why we're doing the fundraiser. Is it costs between $25 and $30 per child per year to pay for the mailing of the books. But fortunately, when you get to 1,051 children, that's a little hefty of a bill that, you know, we can't afford to do. So that's why we do the fundraiser.
I want to mention this real quick. And Kaye's not going to, you know, Kaye's very humble. She is the hug of Huntsville, by the way. Rick, we haven't figured out his moniker. I thought it was like the sweet tooth of Huntsville.
It's not.
Yeah. He's like, don't call me the candy man.
Never call me the candy man.
The sweet tooth is okay.
No.
The sweet tooth is not okay.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
He doesn't eat candy.
The grump of Huntsville.
Yeah, curmudgeon.
Actually, our HR person calls me the curmudgeon in charge.
The curmudgeon in charge. But no, what I was getting at and talking about this with Kaye is, you know, so many times you guys have personally footed the bill for these, you know, to make up the difference. And we don't want you to have to do that. We want the community to be involved and to really understand the value and the importance of early childhood literature. I mean, reading literacy in itself is so important at any age. You know, I'm taking college classes now, and we're getting started. One of the first things we're reading is this book called Peak Performance, and it talks about reading and developing a love for reading. Because I'll be honest, there's some things I pick up, and I'm like, I don't want to read that. But you just have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to learn something from this. You got to have a positive mindset as you go into reading something. And so I said, you know, even though I may not be interested in this, you know what, I'm going to be positive about it. I'm going to learn something from this. Well, children on the opposite end love to engage and read. Mm-hmm. I've never met a child that does not, if they have a book, that they don't love to pick it up. And at least, even if they don't know how to read, pretend to read. My little girl is learning, but she pretends to read all the time. And Kaye, that's why it's so important. And we don't, especially me, I don't want you guys to have to foot the remainder of the bill every year on this. And that's why these events are so important. And when you think about, what is it, $35 a year, basically? $35
basically
a year?
$30.
$30 a year, and you've got 1,050. Well, now you're well over $30,000 that you've got to raise every year just to pay for the shipping of these books. Thank goodness Dolly Parton foots the cost on the actual books themselves, because we'd be talking way much more than $30 a year per child.
And they're nice. They're very nice books. Mm-hmm. And what's beautiful about all this is I've been going around into the community, and there are several people, just like myself 5 years ago, that's never heard of the program. But once they hear about the program, they're like, "Oh my goodness, that's such a wonderful program."
That's what they say about Good Morning Huntsville. When Rick's on.
Well, it's usually when Rick's off.
And we're getting more and more support from our community. And so even, somebody giving $5, it's $5. At $5 a month, that pays for, a child to get a book for a year. So, no amount is too small to help. A lot of the businesses, it's been a very hard year for people, and they're helping. We are almost sold out on our tables. I just have a few left.
I want to mention, if you'd like to be involved this morning, it's super simple. Just go to the website, by the way. It's unleashyourimaginationorg. Be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to being there at the event this year and just kind of hanging out and doing a little emceeing here and there and just being a part of it. It's going to be so much fun. And friends, we want for you to be involved. You can get those tables, just a few remaining. There's still tickets available, so please be a part of it. Kaye, those 3 events that are starting, children are going to have an opportunity with bounce houses. There's also going to be the Rev Up Your Imagination, the Jump Into Your Imagination, Rev Up Your Imagination, and then it'll end the night with the Lasso Your Imagination. For those that have heard the story, I just think it's so awesome, how we honor people in our lives through the things that we do. And this year, that idea for Rev Up Your Imagination came from your father and his love for vehicles and cars. Had a pretty good response so far of people that are bringing cars out to this event.
Yeah, Dad, if it had wheels and a motor, that was my dad. Didn't matter if it was a semi or, a motorcycle. If it had wheels and a motor, he was into it. He even liked tractors. I mean, he talked about he wished he hadn't sold Grandpa's tractor because we still have the farm. And he would lament that he should have kept the tractor because he liked working on it. And,
every good family, and I'm saying if your family doesn't, it's not that you're not a good family, but it seems like every just down-to-earth good family that I've met always has a tractor story.
I have a tractor.
My uncle, my
I
great
have
uncle,
an actual tractor.
Where is this tractor at?
Behind the candy cave.
Bring that bad boy over. Roll it down the street over here. It's right down the road.
It takes a while to get there.
That's cool, though. I love that because whenever you mentioned that, I immediately thought of my great uncle and the tractor that he had. And then when he passed, my cousins had it. And I think my cousins recently just sold it, honestly. But there's always a tractor in every good story of a family, which is always really cool. Kaye, going to be so much fun. I know a lot of people, too, are helping to make this possible. Of course, a lot of folks buying the tables and still some remaining. But some folks that have just really went above and beyond to help sponsor these events as well.
The American Legion is they're doing all the cooking.
Oh, that's great.
And
is that Billy Papania involved with those guys?
Yeah.
I like to say Papania, though. I like to Papania. It's okay.
And they're gonna get volunteers out there. The sons are coming out with their motorcycles. It's gonna be. They've been very helpful. We've had several sponsors that have come through. The Color Bar and Cafe Texan have covered a lot of the expenses. And then there's a lot of other individuals. I don't want to get trouble leaving people out, but we've got sponsors that, they're helping sponsor the drinks or the entertainment. We've got 2 comedians coming out.
Not you and me.
Not us. We always have to give that disclosure.
Professional comedians.
Yeah, not boring comedians that people are like, let's leave.
Them and their dad jokes.
Yeah.
And,
they shout out things. You begins with an S, ends with a K when we're on stage.
And one of the neat things, and I haven't shared this with anybody, but one of the neat things about going around and talking to people in the community are the number of former students that I have seen in the community. Some own businesses, some are employees of other businesses, but it's like, I went there. And, that just warms my heart. You know, they'll tell me stories. They tell me about how much they loved going there, how much they learned, how it changed them. And, you know, I've now got two people working for me that used to go to school there.
Oh, that's cool.
And, you know, one just started, and she's like, I really want to come work for y'all. You know, and she had such good experiences as a child. And the things that are going on every day, you know, last week we kind of talked about the bus system because everybody gets upset every year about the bus system. And it's still a hot topic on social media. But what people don't realize is day in and day out what goes on in the classrooms and how quickly these little ones that they've started a new school. And you know, if I took you to Houston and dropped you off in the middle of downtown and took your cell phone away from you, how scared and frightened you would be.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, you're a man, but if you're a woman, you know, how scared and frightened you would be. And you've got the language and you've got the knowledge to go find somebody to help and things like that. But when you're a parent and you're dropping off your child, that child, for the first time, doesn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that fear and being scared and everything. And those children, you know, I'm walking through and they're laughing and they're having a good time and everything. And some of them just started that morning. You know, and it's the love. The children can feel the love that a teacher has for them. And they can feel that, and they automatically kind of trust when you have the right person. And that's one thing I want to credit our school for doing. And I don't do the hiring anymore, but we hire people that aren't just breathing. We hire people that care and are passionate about what they do. And that makes a huge difference because there's a lot of child care centers out there, and it's a running joke in our industry that, hey, well, they're breathing, you're hired. And
I've heard that in the medical world too, you know.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they are, if you ask a regular person, you know, hey, would you go substitute in a public school for a day? You will get a look on your face like, oh, no, never. You get even worse look when you talk about our industry of substituting, where you also throw in the fact that you have to change diapers and things like that, than what you get even for the public school. And teachers don't get the respect they deserve, but they at least get paid more. But we don't, my teachers don't get the respect they deserve from people. And they are killing it every day. Those little children come in and start, and you don't hear a lot of crying in my place.
Well,
you might.
Okay. If Rick
got to
is
leave
there.
Rick out of it.
Yeah.
But you know, they're magic.
Oh yeah, they do such wonderful jobs.
They do a great job.
I'm
And
glad.
you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
The first time you drop Braylon off, you know. I mean, it takes a couple of weeks usually for a child to really.
Braylon doesn't want to leave now.
Well, but it takes a couple of weeks for them at drop off to kind of get over that shock, and a lot of it's a transition.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, they don't want to stop doing what they're doing. That's the same way when you go to pick up Braylon. She's like, no, I don't want to leave. She's busy doing what she's doing, and she doesn't want to transition to the next thing. And we're all like that. You know, we don't want to suddenly get picked up and moved to someplace else. I mean, how many people like it when their alarm goes off?
Yeah.
I mean,
not me.
You know, and so no one really likes that change and those transitions, but children are really pretty good about it because they get picked up and moved all the time, and we don't think about that. But, you know, sometimes they might cry a little bit at drop-off, but within a minute or two, they're
it's
okay.
normal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Miss Maya, the whole staff over there on Braylon's side especially, and with Caden, but on Braylon's side, Miss Portia, Maya, Miss Gloria, who I think had the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm allowed to say that. She had the baby.
I think it's Facebook
it's
official now.
Facebook official. So, Miss Gloria, congratulations. But, man, they do such a wonderful job. And here's the cool thing. Braylon does not – she's at this weird age to where she does not want – she'll let me brush her hair, but she doesn't want it put up in bands anymore. Well, guess what? When I pick her up from tomorrow's prom, guess what? She comes back with her hair done. You know who does that? Miss Maya does it. And Miss Maya can work some magic. I'm not talking a little simple bad daddy ponytail that's horrible. I'm talking Miss Maya puts like 4 bands on each side. My girl's looking fly when I pick her up. And that shows the passion that the teachers have because, you know, they want to engage with the children and help the children be their best. And something as simple as fixing their hair the way that the child wants that's a way that's helping that child feel their best that day.
The hair's falling down in her face and bothering her.
Yeah, and it's exactly what it is, but Braylon doesn't, and she knows, but she don't want Daddy to do it, so guess who does it? Miss Maya does her hair sometimes for her, so respect these ladies and these men when you see them working at Tomorrow's Promise, folks. If you see them out, if you see someone wearing a Tomorrow's Promise shirt, just tell them you appreciate them because they really do a wonderful, wonderful job. And I have to give a shout out to your HR girl over there. Courtney does an amazing job taking care of folks as well. I was in HLI 42 with her, and she just does a wonderful, wonderful job. And if there's any issues, she says, look, come to me and talk to me, because in any organization, any business, there's going to be some things that maybe you're like, hey, well, I'd like to see this, or maybe this didn't happen. And that's going to happen anywhere. It's happened here. It's happened with you guys. It's happened at restaurants. But what makes a business stand out is the way that they handle that. And anytime there is a concern or a situation, Tomorrow's Promise handles that. And I can guarantee and sit here as a parent and tell you, if there is someone that seemed like they were passionate about the children and then they quit being passionate, they ain't working there anymore. So, that's true with a lot of businesses. But
well, if we don't know about a problem, we can't fix it.
Yep. And so you need to be up front and tell people about it. So, Rick, what's your take?
I am the problem, usually.
And so he's been kicked out. See, this is how we do it, so it's perfect.
Now I'm over here.
Yeah. Well, Kaye, thank you for highlighting the teachers. And again, for more information on Tomorrow's Promise, not just the events, you can go to unleashyouриmagination.org to be involved with these events that are giving back to childhood literacy here in our community. But maybe you've got a little one and you're saying, I need a place to take them. There's still some openings. The Academy has been open now for quite some time. Beautiful facility out off Veterans Memorial. And you can find out more information online at Tomorrow's Promise.
It's going on almost 6 months.
That's crazy to think that time just goes.
September 1st will be 6 months.
Hey, real quick, we're going to take one final break in a moment. Before we do, I just want to give a shout-out this morning, and she may already be in that procedure, but Jamie Saucier is down in Bryan, Texas at St. Joseph's, and Nina is having a procedure done this morning. And so friends in Huntsville, just keep her under prayer this morning that procedure goes okay and that she'll be okay. Jamie, we're thinking about you. We love you, man. Love your wife. They were just like you guys, at our appreciation dinner a couple of weeks. That's already been, that's crazy to think. That's been, what, over a week now? Was
2
that
weeks,
last
hasn't it?
2 weeks already? Has it been that long already?
I think it's 2 weeks.
It wasn't last Thursday. It was the Thursday before, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy to think about. Well, they were there, and Jamie said, hey, Nina's got to have a procedure done, and she's having that done this morning. I believe it may have already happened. But just pray for that went well, and also pray for a fast recovery for that family. We just love them so much, and Jamie, appreciate you. I'm going to get your sign back over here, Jamie, one of these days, so don't worry, man. We'll we need some woodworking, Jamie. Come over here with, can you put your laser engraver, sideways on the wall and just cut out something? That'd be awesome, man. So keep them in your prayers. Let's take a quick break. Before we do, hey, a chance, Rick, to win something.
Oh, am I supposed to hold this?
Yeah,
you could win this for your very own and share with everybody you know.
It is the Ziddles.
That lets Rob out of winning it because he won't share it.
Man, I really do. Whoever wins these this morning, I'd really appreciate if
Come pick it up early before Rob gets his fingers in.
Yeah, you know what? Did I tell you what happened when our friends from New Waverly had won that? Well, it was Elle Turpening. Well, her husband won it, never came to get it. And it was up here at the church. And when you leave things at the church, people think it's free for all. And so I didn't put a disclaimer on there that, hey, this is for somebody to pick up, because we have all of our prize pickups. We leave them up at the church office with Molly. Well, somebody walked by, some staff or maybe some children or something, I don't know. But one day that lid was open and them things where I saw a little one walking by eating them. I said, well.
So much for that.
And then about a month later, Elle Turpin goes, hey, can I come by? I was like, nope, we ran out of them.
You could have called me, Rob.
So I think we offered some cash and ended up transferring it over to Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. So, but big thanks to 0 Degree Creations. All you got to do to win those Ziddles is text in the keyword. It is lasso. Check that out. We got a little cowgirl there lassoing.
I see that.
Hey, that was you about 10 years ago, right?
No.
See, look, there's a little redhead cowgirl woman, right? That's Kaye Boehning out there.
She can't lasso.
She's out there saying, y'all get over here now, you hear?
You're safe for me. I can't throw a rope.
Lasso is the key word, and all you got to do is text it in, LASSO, along with your name on the 0 Degree Creations. It's a heartbeat.
Yeah, I noticed it's a very slow heartbeat.
Very, very slow. Methodical.
The dino's in shape.
It's very methodical heartbeat. Text in lasso along with your name to 936-339-0139. We'd love to give them. I mean, this is like a $30-something value.
Yeah.
These are really good, and you'll love them. If maybe you're not a candy person. Maybe you say, man, I can't stand Skittles because they stick to my teeth. Well, guess what? These aren't Skittles. These are Zittles, freeze-dried Skittles.
They don't stick to your teeth.
And it is the only way that I will eat Skittles now. The only way. I will not eat them the regular way because I don't like how they stick to the teeth.
You know what I tried yesterday?
What was that?
Miniature marshmallows.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Miniature marshmallows?
Miniature marshmallows. They puff up a little bit, and they just melt in your mouth.
Huh. Wonder if you can freeze-dry toilet paper, then it like shrinks really good, and then you put it in water, and poof, it puffs back up. So
it wouldn't do you a lot of good.
You're right. There's my ignorance coming. That's why I'm taking college classes. All right, we'll take a quick break. Text in that keyword lasso. We'll have one final break when we come back. What is it today of? And also, as we do every single week, it is our impossible question of the day. Stay with us. This is your show on a wonderful Wednesday, brought to you by Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. 25 years, over 25 years of educational excellence here in Huntsville and throughout Walker County. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us. More to come. It is your show. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Again, Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here for Elliott's Jewelers. I wanted to take a brief moment to let you know if you're looking for someone in the jewelry business right here in Huntsville, look no further than my good friend Elliott Herslick. He's helped me out time and time again, whether it was that wedding band that I needed a while back or that special ring for Bridget. He's always been there for me. He goes above and beyond. He's also a person who gives back to the local community. I like to do business with those who give back, and that's exactly what Elliot Herzlich of Elliot's Jewelers does. Hey, if you feel like you don't know what to do, maybe you don't know where to turn, what to look for, Elliot is the person. Again, it's Elliot's Jewelers. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com for more information. And when you call him, let him know that you heard from his good friend Rob Hipp. Again, it's Rob here for Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Woke up to the sun, I knew day shining bright. In my heart there's glory, story of His might. When shadows come and stay, I will stand and pray. For the light will find me, guide me on my way. Hope for today, love leads the way.
All right, friends, back at it. Time now 8:27 here on Good Morning Huntsville. Thanks for joining us. Final opportunity today to text in that keyword lasso to 936-339-0139. We'd love to hear from you this morning. 0 Degree Creations. Zittles. Man, these things are good. If you've never had the freeze-dried Skittles, you are missing out.
You are.
Have you ever eaten one, Rick?
I've eaten one.
That's it, though. Just one.
Well, when Clay was making them, he made some really hot ones.
Oh, I remember. You ate those.
Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. Did you ever make those?
I haven't made any.
Oh, those are so good.
Nobody wants them but me.
Yeah. You're the spicy.
I like
the
them.
spice of Huntsville, Rick Boehning. Spicy.
I do like it hot.
Spicy. A couple of things here today. In 1839, on this day, Kaye, a freak weather event, not just a regular freak weather event, Rick, took place when a hurricane moved up the East Coast and caused a snowstorm in the Catskill Mountains. A snow in August. Can you believe that? From a hurricane. For the first time, there was back-to-back school, back-to-school sale on snow skis. Never had that before. That was also the year that they offered back-to-school snowshoes.
1839?
1839. Pretty neat that happened. And who would have ever thought that would have been a thing? Today is International Read Comics Day today. Are you a comic reader, Rick?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I got all excited thinking you were.
No, I'm not a
I like comics.
It is all. It's not just National Read Comics. It's National Read Comics in Public Day today.
Oh, wow.
So that may change it for you, Rick.
I'm not in public much. My wife doesn't let me go out in public.
By the way, Jamie Saucier wants those Carolina Reaper Skittles, he said.
Does he?
Yeah, he just said, I want them.
Well, he likes them too.
Jamie said that procedure's happening right now, so we're just praying and believing for good things there for Nina, Jamie. So we love you, man. A couple of other things: National Red Wine Day, National Power Rangers. I never got into that. I was like the age right after it was cool to watch the Power Rangers.
I was an adult.
Did you? Hopefully, you didn't like that show.
I've never even heard of it.
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, I got to watch it a lot.
Buddy Muffin Power Rangers. Shows like that dumb down children. Don't allow them to watch it. It's ignorant. It's just the most ignorant.
There was someone, Biker Mice or something like that, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Now that's different. See, that made little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did two things. Made little boys want to be strong and tough, and also made you want to eat pizza.
I wanted to eat turtles.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And it's also National Bow Tie Day today. Did not wear my bow tie.
I did not. I didn't know.
And National Cherry Turnover Day today. Never even heard of a cherry turnover. Must be Apple Turnover's brother. Never heard of it. Leanne Rimes, 42 years old. I feel like she should be older than that.
I should think so, too.
She broke out when I was growing up when she was 16 years old. I'll never forget Leanne Rimes. Did you know how Leanne makes a poem? Leanne rhymes. By the way, Rick,
I should have known that was coming.
And her life pretty much been a Hallmark movie, which happened because she was in a Hallmark movie. So Leanne rhymes. Today, 42. Country singer Jake Owens turns 43 today. That is 3 years old in bourbon years, if you're measured by bourbon years. But 43 today. Jack Black, 55 today. Jack Black, 55. We know what he won't be wishing when he blows out his candles tonight. So have no idea what he's not going to be wishing for. Shania Twain, wow, 59 today. And man, she feels like a woman. 59 today, Shania Twain. I thought she should always name her dog Choo Choo. Remember that song? But she never did. She never did name her dog that, by the way. And that's really the only ones that I know. A few things that you need to know today. There's a new study that claims Portugal is the best place for Americans to relocate. Portugal.
Really?
Have you guys ever been out of the country?
Yeah.
Where's the best country you've ever been to, Kaye? Or maybe together. Where's the best country, or one that y'all can really think of that you went?
I'm waiting.
We enjoyed Cancun.
Cancun was fun. Yeah. But we stayed at a 5-star resort, so I'm sure the whole country's not like that.
I've always wanted to go to Europe. Have you ever been to Europe?
No.
I've always wanted to go.
Been to Canada. Is that the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been to Victoria, Canada. If you ever get a chance to go there, it is right above, where Seattle, Washington, Washington is.
We drove there.
Victoria's beautiful. Bouchard Gardens is where you need to go. It's an old strip mine that they've converted into flower gardens. Beautiful.
Really?
And Victoria is all about flowers. You drive by and you're on the bus and there's flowers everywhere. It's very flowery.
Niagara
floral.
Falls, the Canadian side of Niagara Falls is pretty pretty.
That is, yes. I've been there. I told a story on this show about how we didn't have, this was, a few years after 9/11, and they were very strict, but not as strict as they are now. The Canadians let us over without our passport. I didn't have a passport, but they said your Americans probably won't let you back over easily. Well, they didn't. And so it took about an hour for us to get back over because they had to do all this verification stuff. But I was like, I'm never going to be up here again, so I'm not going to miss the chance to go to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. If you don't go to the Canadian side, you blew it. You just blew it. It's like you're right there. You're about to finish the race, and then you're like, just give up. Just turn around and go home. You got to go the distance.
If you drive along there's a road that goes along the side of the river, and the river's kind of just meandering very slowly, and then the closer you get to the falls, the faster and faster it goes. And I can just imagine being like an explorer, being on like a little canoe or something like that, and then all of a sudden it starts going really fast, and it's like, it's too late to get over.
It's a good thing I packed my parachute in that canoe.
Daytime talk show host Kelly Clarkson kicking off her 6th season of NBC's The Kelly Clarkson Show. She's lost a lot of weight. I don't really keep up with all that kind of stuff too much, but I do watch. I
don't even know who that is.
She's the first one on American Idol. And that was the very first reality TV show. That's years ago. She was the very first one, but she is 6th year on her show now. Amazon doing another Prime Day. They usually only do one a year. Well, they're doing it again this time in October. 2-day sale coming up in October. That's happening as well. All of that. Not really a whole lot, but 56, this goes in with school, okay? 56% of people would never buy this used. 56, and it's not a toupee.
Oh, it's not toilet paper then.
Not toilet paper either. That would be 98% would never buy this used. 56% of people, Kaye, would never, think about this, Kaye and Rick, would never buy this used. We'll get back to that. That is your impossible question of the day. Couple of last things here. 4% of our waking hours is usually devoted to having me time. Me time, just focusing on you. The trendy word right now is self-care. It's funny how in society we always come across these. It's like trendy. Mm-hmm. Like right now the big thing in child. Kaye, you'll know this is a sensory. Montessori has been sensory since day one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it wasn't until 5 years ago that somebody thought, wow, this is a cool marketing term. And now you go to the store and what do you see on every toy? Sensory. So yeah,
if it's got batteries, it's not sensory.
Yeah, it's senseless if it has batteries. That's what it is. Anyways, me time, self-care. 75% of households with a pool table never use them. 75%
Really?
of folks, yeah, never use them.
I had one growing up, and we used it all the time.
Most popular hobby of 2020. Can you guess what it was? Most popular hobby 2020.
Nose picking?
Walking?
Cooking.
Cooking.
Nose picking, number 3, Rick. The average family is more likely to order pizza on what night than any other night?
Friday.
Friday night. You are right. No prize for you, but you are right.
Wow.
17% of working women say that they are asked out by a coworker on a weekly basis. Rick, how often do you ask Kaye out?
I never ask her out. I tell her we're going out.
98% say they're
In fact,
told to go out.
We're going on September 3rd, I think, because it's our
September 6th.
September 6th. It's our 7,000 days and 700 weeks. It's our anniversary.
Every day, happy anniversary coming up, guys. Every day around the world, humans consume about 2 billion insects, by the way. 2 billion insects every day.
Some people consider them a delicacy.
Good night. The average age people stop having birthday parties, 31. 31. I haven't had one. I'm not really big on a birthday party. I just, Bridget, I love Bridget, and their family makes birthdays this really big deal. And I've always told, Bridget knows this, I don't mind. To me, it's just another day. It's like, happy birthday, here's a gift. Now, for her, I want to make it special. But for me, it's just another day. I don't make a big deal out of my birthday. And I really don't like it to be made a big deal out of, especially now that I'm 40. I'm like,
because my wife scarred me on my 60th birthday.
What happened? She branded you?
I made the mistake of telling her once upon a time I'd never had any surprise parties.
Oh, no.
So I got 3 of them.
Oh, well, see, that was fun, though.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
Well, we found out you can set a cake on fire if you have enough candles on it.
Okay. Didn't know that was
Didn't
know that was a reality.
60 candles will set a cake on fire.
Burn the icing. Set it on fire. One final thing here. Rick, this goes to you. The majority of adults who drink coffee started doing it at what age?
3.
14. Rick was 3. We'll go back to today's impossible question. That impossible question of the day, again, was 56% of people say that they will never buy these used. What is it? 56% of people say.
And you said it had to do with school?
Had to do with school.
Backpack.
Backpack is the answer. Backpack is the answer. Real quick, a lot of folks joining us, Ashley. I didn't see the comments come in. She's on Huntsville, Texas News and Events, so I saw it now. Steph Valley. When we were talking earlier about things that you see and you're like, wow, I didn't know. Smells is another thing she brought up. When there's a new smell, you're very aware of it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. After COVID knows, I don't notice some of those smells anymore. Dolores Moreno joining us from Wiesner, Huntsville.
We saw her yesterday morning.
Good morning, Dolores. She said, I try to watch, but I'm usually on the phone. And that woman there, she had like 5 calls going on at once.
She had a bunch of calls going.
She was an octopus over there at that reception desk.
And she only had one arm.
There was some sales guys out in the parking lot, and the van that y'all have looks like the Publishers Clearinghouse van. So that's our joke, is that we're from PCH when we show up, because we have the balloons and the cookies and stuff. There's a couple of sales guys, and I said, yeah, we're from Publishers Clearinghouse. We're here for Dolores, and she's been entering for 30 years, and she's finally won. And this guy was like, really? He's like, believe me. Really? I'm going to start being nice to her. So, Dolores, we appreciate you. Steph Valley said, when I first bought my party, there was, or her property, I think is what she meant. There was a blue deer on her property. She was here for a couple of days, and she disappeared. A friend of mine told me that she was very, very, very old. A blue deer.
I've never seen a blue deer.
No, me either. And then Steph said that they have very large redhead woodpeckers on their property.
Yeah.
See, if I saw that, I'd be like if you see that's another example. A red cardinal or a blue jay. When I see them, I'm like, whoa, that's cool.
They're both around the house.
Or frogs. When you see a frog at your house, I'm like, wow, there's a frog out here.
Have you seen the little anoles that live on your garage?
What is it?
An anole. It's a lizard.
Oh, yeah. Now, those are kind of frequent
brown
to me.
And green.
Yeah, those are kind of frequent to me. But you still are kind of like, whoa, that's kind of neat, All right. Well, appreciate those. Other folks were joining us this morning, too. Jamie Saucier is in on the show. Phyllis Dillard, Lewis Murphy. Good morning to both of you. The Horn family saying thankful for the rain we got yesterday. Absolutely. Karen Clark joining us this morning. Quentin Glaze, our number 1 engager, Jennifer Augustinetti saying it's a wonderful Wednesday. And she said, y'all, talking to us, y'all find a Bible study to attend this evening. Have a blessed day. I did want to mention here at first, we are kicking off our Wednesday Night Life program tonight. So if you are looking for a great place to bring your children, they could be a baby from 1 hour, well, probably not an hour old, but, a month old, or maybe a couple of weeks if you're comfortable, all the way to 12th grade. They can come here tonight. Also, if you're an adult, you can come here tonight. 5 o'clock, we're going to have a free meal. Youth can come at 4:30. But at 5 o'clock, we'll have a free meal. That's for the children, for the youth, for anybody. And then kicking off Wednesday Night Life, we will start our small groups here at first. First time for adults to be here on Wednesday nights in a long time. And so we're looking forward to that. There's a group for married couples, for singles, also grief counseling, and as well as just kind of a catch-all group. If you just need to throw out a net and be caught, we got a group for you. So come on out here tonight first. We'd love to have you. Kaye, we're going to head over to our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line. I know I'm throwing this at you right out of right field. Was there any Wednesday wisdom that popped into your head during the show today? She was like this, and then Kaye went, she's like, why did you throw that at me today? But what do you possibly have for us today, Kaye? You're really good at coming up with these.
So there's different events coming up. Fair on the Square, of course, Unleash Your Imagination. There's we're going to a pickle festival in
September the 7th.
Yeah. 0 Degrees going to be at the pickle festival. There's the muster event at the Hearts Museum.
Well, hold on. The pickle festival sounds fun. I'd like to go to this.
It's in a pickle.
Yeah, it's called In a Pickle Festival.
Where is this at?
The Woodlands.
Yeah. No, not the Woodlands.
That's some fancy pickles over there.
It's another town, but it's not the Woodlands.
Okay. I was going to say that's those bougie pickles over there in the Woodlands.
So take a picture of your child before you leave the house.
Or your wife, because she wanders off.
They might wander off or this or that, and if you have a picture, then you can immediately show that picture, and it helps people find the child.
And it's good. Some people may say, well, I take pictures of my child all the time, but not that day with the clothes that they are wearing.
Yes.
That's so important to have that. You're right, Kaye.
Because, they may only be a few feet away, but you show the picture. Oh, yeah, I've seen, they went that way, kind of thing. Or, if worse things happen, the police have the latest outfit, things like that. But you want to take a picture before you leave your house, having a picture of what they're wearing that day, because as a parent, it's very easy to forget what they put on that day. Especially some children will go through 3 or 4 outfits, trying to pick what they want to wear. So, if you're in the car or whatever on your way, take a picture, and you'll have the latest description of them.
Good advice.
Just put your mind at ease too.
Good advice on the Wednesday wisdom. We'll go over to the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line.
It's ringing.
Hello?
Hi, who is this? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, this is Karen Clark here.
This is her.
Listen, this is Ron McMurtry over here down on the street. I'm from the candy factory, and I was listening to that show you was watching over at that Good Morning Huntsville TV type show. You know what I'm talking about? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some sort of candy on that show there that look like some Skittles. And they said that you want them, but they couldn't call you on the show because they's busy. So they said, get on the phone, call old Karen, and tell her she's one of them Skittles things.
Okay.
Karen, I'm just kidding. This is Rob. How you doing this morning?
Doing good. How you, Rob?
There are so many things wrong with you, Rob.
That's Ron McMurtry over here at the Candy Factory.
Bridget, we're sorry. We pray for you every day.
Yeah, pray for my wife. Karen joined us. Karen joined us at the Billy Cawthon Restaurant Report.
Yeah.
Yeah. Karen, how did you enjoy it? The food at Sandra's Kitchen.
It was good.
Awesome.
Little dive.
Have you had the freeze dried Skittles, also known as Zittles, before?
Not that I know of.
Perfect. Well, you're going to enjoy these things, and you're going to want to share them with your mom and dad because they are, and you're going to want to share them with me, honestly. So you
let
can,
her take a taste first, and then see if she wants to share them.
oh
with
yeah,
you.
well take a taste first, and then if you're like I don't like these, then just leave them here, no problem. So, well, hey, we got them. I mean, it's a $30+ value of these things. They're amazing. They're wonderful. We got them for you. You can pick them up here at First anytime, Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3. All right.
Okay, 'cause I'm off tomorrow anyways.
Perfect. Well, they'll be here ready for you. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right. Hey, Kay's got a quick question for you.
What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for today?
Waking up. Actually, I haven't been asleep yet. Friends, family, my breath.
All right. Well, good things, Karen. Well, amen. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. God bless you. And congratulations. And thanks for texting to win on the 0 Degree Creations phone and text line.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Our winner today. And, since I know Karen. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. That's Ron McMurtry here. Gosh.
I think she was not understanding who you were.
Boy, I got some soda water for you. That's what we're giving away, soda waters tomorrow.
Soda water.
Soda water. You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start looking at what it's the national day of, and the prize should be related to what it's the national day of.
There you go.
Would that be kind of fun?
So today you could have had a cherry turnover.
Could have had a cherry turnover. You know what? And all that would be is just a cherry, and I just
turn it over.
Turn it over, and that's it. All right, that will wrap it up. UnleashYourImagination.org for more information on the events. And again, if you're looking for a great place, the best place to have your children here in Huntsville, go to Tomorrow's Promise online at tomorrowspromise.info. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Jason Bay joins us. We will also have Steph Valley of Magnolia Kennel, as well as another special guest later on in the show. So make sure you join us right back here at 7:30 live on Good Morning Huntsville. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for helping us celebrate and share the good happening here in Huntsville. That'll wrap it up today as I end this show, reminding you this morning, friends, that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We're really not. We need each other. So please, please, please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning and God bless. We'll see you back at it tomorrow morning, 7:30. See you, Rick and Kay.
Adioska.
They're building bridges strong, not barriers so tall. Loving like Jesus did, answering the call. Hands reaching out to hold, hearts open wide we share. Breaking the walls we built, showing that we care. Love like Jesus.